A very good morning to our principal, Ms. Sangeeta Tandon, cluster coordinator of classes 6, 7, 8, Ms. Arpita Mazumdar, class coordinator, Ms. Karina Gangwani, to all the class teachers of class 6, and of course to our dear parents, and not to forget our very dear own students. Welcome you all to the orientation program of class 6, which is being held online. Students, you have begun a new chapter in your academic life. You have left behind your primary days and you have entered the portal of the secondary section. Each one of you might be an astronaut, an explorer, a scientist in the making, and we teachers are here to help to give you wings to your dreams. And as you grow up, everyone knows one has to shoulder more responsibilities. You are on your way to become young adults. So I'm sure you will adapt yourselves to the rules and regulations of the school and be more responsible towards your studies. We wish you all the best for your future endeavor. May God bless you. And may you all grow up to be the dutiful citizens of this vast and beautiful country and be a source of pride to your parents as well as to your teachers. I now invite our principal ma'am to share her thoughts, her views, and her motivational words for our students, parents, as well as the teachers. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Madhushri ma'am. A very good morning to all my teachers, to my dear parents, and of course, very, very dear students. So welcome to the senior section. I'm sure all of you have been waiting for this day to arrive when you would enter the senior section. Your classes have already begun. So I'm sure you have got the taste of what the senior section is like. Nevertheless, this orientation is very essential for you to understand the system of the senior section and how we work. Now, when you come to the senior section, you say you're a big girl now. Do you understand the meaning of big girl? Well, if you're a big girl, lot of rights, but with rights come responsibilities. So if you are in the senior section, you're going to be a very, very responsible girl. And to the parents here, quite often we find parents feel that now my child has gone to the senior section. Now, if my child is in the senior section, there is no need for me to look into things. I'm going to make her independent. But parents, child rearing is the most difficult job in this world. So slowly that weaning process has to start. You have to remain very alert at all times. Because when children grow up, we know there are a lot of distractions all around. So you need to see what is happening. You cannot let things go. So pay attention to what is happening all around. And children, you focus on your academics and co-curricular activities. Now in the senior section, when it comes to academics, suddenly we have so many subjects. There's a big jump from class 5 to class 6. With science, physics, chemistry, biology now. Social science, you have political science or civics or and history. And we also have third language over there. With so many subjects, you need to sit down and make your foundation strong. Now, these are the years. In the next 3 years, that is in the middle school, classes 6, 7, and 8, you have to make your foundation very strong. And if you do not do so, classes 9, 10, 11, 12, you will suffer. So you cannot say that, oh, what is being taught and what am I studying? It doesn't matter. I will sail through. It will not happen. Every day without fail, you will attend classes, you will sit down after the end of the classes and see what work has been done. You will revise and you will also do some self-study. When it comes to the third language, now we gave you a month's time to select a third language. Thereafter, you took your own time, some parents and students. After that, when we received your choice, your selection, now in the last week, suddenly we've started receiving mails that kindly change my section. Well, so far we entertained, but sorry, now we are not going to change a third language. For the simple reason that we have got 5 third languages over there. And if 6 or 7 sections are there,
Ma'am, you are muted.
Excuse me, ma'am. I think we need to, yes. Now we can hear you, ma'am.
so when did I stop, ma'am? When did you stop hearing?
I think you were talking about third language, ma'am.
Okay, so when it, okay, right. So when it comes to the third language, we gave you enough time to change or to select. Now, when you selected a third language, I'm sure you must have taken your time. A lot of thought and consideration must have gone behind it. We have got 7 sections, and with those 7 sections, we have got 5 third languages. So, third language has decided the section of your child. Now, suddenly, if you say change the third language, the section changes. Do you think we can keep on changing the sections? We have to move on with the academics. Same goes for VPA and clubs. We asked you for 3 choices. And I'm sure out of those 3 choices, your child must have got one choice of hers in VPA and clubs. So now suddenly, why these mails that we are getting? Now, it is not possible to entertain such mails any further. I'm sure after the orientation, we will stop, and that is what we would like to tell you. Now we are having online classes. Maybe in the junior section, the number of periods were less. The duration of time was a lot less. But since you've come to the senior section, you will find we are having as many as 5 periods per day. But in between, we are giving enough breaks about which the cluster coordinator will explain to you. We feel when we start with the morning assembly, your child should join. We feel all classes your child should join. Because if your child is not going to join, like I explained earlier, this is the foundational stage, classes 6, 7, and 8. The foundation will become very weak. And it is the duty of the parents as well as students to be there for all the classes. When you're joining the classes, make sure your video is on. Last year has been a very difficult year. But did we fail in delivering? No. And of course, we got a lot of support from the parents. So children of class 6, this is the meaning of coming to the senior section, being a very, very responsible child. And we hope you will do quite well in the senior section. So you will find in the senior section, we have a very proper structured system, just like the junior section. It is all directed by the CBSE. Children are all registered with the CBSE. So the details of our students needs to be very correct. All details, they need to be correct. When it comes to the father's name, mother's name, birth, date of birth, spelling, address, phone numbers, all need to be correct. So you will see to it in the next 2 weeks, you check it with the class teacher. During transition time also, you cannot make any change over there. For any change to be incorporated, you have to send a mail to me. And my mail address is very simple. It is principal. Now, the spelling of principal, you have to be very clear about. It is not, there are 2 principal. There is principal and principal. So, PRINCIPAL is the spelling over there. Principal @ shrishikshadanSchool.com, which you all are familiar with. When you write a mail on that mail ID, directly I receive the mail and you will find I reply back to you. However, if it's a holiday or it's a break, you can understand even we take a break. So it is not that immediately you will get a reply, but yes, within 24 to 48 hours, you will get a reply. Sometimes a cluster coordinator may get in touch with you, a class coordinator or the class teacher may get in touch with you to settle that issue. Or we may even ask a counselor or a special educator to be in touch with you. So there is a system. As I explained to you, Your child is going to have a class teacher. They are going to be subject teachers. For all those class teachers, we have a class coordinator, which you will get to know. Above that class coordinator is a cluster coordinator. And thereafter, I am there as the principal to solve all the issues. All the issues would be solved. And of course, your child has a unique identification number, which means your child is unique. So the issues also would be unique to your child. So they're not to be shared with other parents or with other students. Because are they going to resolve the issues? They are not. Because we, as a school, if there is an issue, we will solve. So get in touch with us. We will resolve the issue. We will find out the best solution. And we take great pride in saying that so far we have been able to resolve all the issues. There is good teamwork. Our faculty is well trained. Today also we are having a seminar, a sensitization program for them. It is for children with special needs. We are looking into that. All the details, anecdotal records of your children have been taken by us. We are going through them. So it's not that we do not understand. We will work with lot of attention, care, which has to be there. And we expect the same from our parents and our students. Now, while classes are on, you will find a little change in the structure and the manner of working of the junior to the senior. There's no need to get disturbed. Slowly, you will find we are making the children independent. We are not going to run after them for everything. In the classes, if we say something, we expect them to understand and follow that and also reach that information to them. Every time there's no digital diary kind of a system that we have. We expect the children to relay or convey that message and information to you. You have to look at the website for all the notices. They would be there. All explanations would be given to the class teachers, however, parents. Teachers also have a family, they also have their time. So I hope beyond the hours, which are unreasonable, you are not going to give them a call or you're going to disturb them. Be kind to the teachers also. If the year has been difficult for you, the year has been equally difficult for our teachers. Many a times in the evenings, the teachers are actually recording those modules or correcting a copy of your child, or maybe sitting down with the family, or maybe a teacher is cooking her the dinner for the family. So that thought has to come from your end. And I'm sure you will understand that. So that is there. School is doing well. Of course, we are grateful to all our stakeholders, to the management, to our teachers, teaching and non-teaching faculty, to our parents largely, and of course to all our students. And we hope in the next year also, when we are online, this will happen. When will the school reopen for you physically? When will the children come? Well, the answer lies with the government and not with us. Right now, the government has set classes 9 to 12, so we are functioning like that. They're coming and hybrid classes are being carried out. And for your children, 6 to 8, we'll have all online classes. And even online tests will take place. But I need to tell you, when we'll have those tests, they'll be highly proctored. We have engaged a company from Delhi, where AI proctoring and of course proctoring by our teachers. There is double proctoring which takes place. So when unfair means were adopted, they were caught. So again, we expect our parents not to sit down and start doing assessments for their children. It is not your assessment. It is the assessment of your child. And assessment is there basically to find out if there is a gap. So that thought has to go in. What you say, what you do, how you act is what your child is going to learn. So once a father was walking with a child, and father said to the child, "See where you are going. The son, be careful." The child replied, "Father, you be careful because I'm only following your footsteps." And that goes for all the parents over here. Make sure when you speak about the school, you count your blessings and you speak in positive terms. If there are issues, there will always be issues. Are there not issues in your family? Are there not issues with your friends? There are issues. But how do you resolve those issues? Amicably, through a conversation, through communication. And that is what is going to happen. You start judging everyone for everything, it is not going to work. Don't get too judgmental about things. Accept ideas, accept differences, accept diversity. We live in a country where everything is so diverse. So, what are we supposed to do? We need to find happiness around us. That happiness quotient at this juncture is very important. Do not indulge in social media too much, because you will find we maintain a very low profile when it comes to social media. Only what is important goes up. Otherwise, we don't talk about certain things because we believe our actions should speak and not through the social media, because there are too many people, too many things happening all around. Monitor your children, and we hope our children will enjoy the journey with us till class 12. Wishing all the children the very best, and also the parents. And of course, Bengali New Year is round the corner, so we wish you all Shubha Navabarsha as well. Thank you so much. It's over to Mother Shri ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, so much for such wonderful words, which I'm sure is going to inspire, which is going to encourage our students to do better, to reach for the goals. And students, as ma'am said, your happiness matters so much. So along with your studies, be happy and above all, be safe. I now request the cluster coordinator, ma'am, Ms. Arpita Mazumdar, to share her views and make certain parts of the school teaching learning process more clear. Thank you. Over to Ms. Arpita Mazumdar.
Thank you, Principal Ma'am, and thank you, Mothershri Ma'am. Good morning to one and all present over here. All of us from the senior section of Sri Shiksha School welcome you students along with your parents to this orientation program. Well, we have started with a new session. In this new session, we will be facing a number of challenges. At the same time, we look forward to more achievements, and we would like to explore new avenues. Through a short PowerPoint presentation, myself, along with the class coordinator of Class 6, my colleague, Ms. Karina Gangwani, we are going to present a detailed discussion on the academic as well as the co-curricular activities which are undertaken in the senior section. Although according to NEP 2020, there is no separation between scholastic and co-scholastic, academic and vocational. Before we continue with the PowerPoint presentation further, I would like to request the class teachers of Class 6 for the new session to introduce themselves. Over to the class teachers of Class 6.
Good morning, Principal Ma'am, teachers, parents, and my dear students. I, Dharitri Majumdar Acharya, class teacher of 6A, welcome you to the secondary section of Sri Shiksha School. I'm a teacher of biology. I take the opportunity of this virtual platform to convey my warm wishes to our dear students and their parents. We are really fortunate to be a part of the Sri Shiksha family, since we are one such institution that has abided by its promises of imparting knowledge to students even during the pandemic adversity. However, I also appreciate the endeavor of parents to support their words as well as the school to corroborate the changes in the education system. Overcoming the technical glitches we have moved into online classrooms and will always lend a helping hand whenever required. All this for our little ladies to bloom and spread fragrance of knowledge throughout the world. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Prathama Dev, class teacher of 6B. As a teacher, our duty is to elevate the mind as well as the knowledge of our students. And as a maths teacher, I must tell you that there is no shortcut to mathematics. Practicing is the only way to mastering the subject. I would like to tell my students that, like we do not skip our meals, you as student should also not skip out on practicing maths. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
A very good morning to everyone present here. This is Chandri Ganguly. I am the class teacher of class 6, section B. Whatever we learn with joy, we never forget. We connect whatever we learn with the real world to celebrate and enjoy learning. Thank you.
Good morning, parents and students. I am Karina Gangwani, the class coordinator of class 6 and the class teacher of class 6, section E. I extend my heartiest welcome to all the students of class 6 with the hope that they would all work together towards progress, success, and achievement. As class teachers, we are always here to support you in every step you take. May God bless you all and keep you safe.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am the class teacher of class 6F. My name is Meena Atrawal. I take great privilege to and welcome you all in our august institution. It's a matter of great pride to be entrusted with shaping the academic fabric of our students whose roots have been nurtured in our august institution. I welcome you all wholeheartedly and with great hopes for your future. I would urge you to follow the path of Swamiji, arise, await, and stop, not until the goal is reached. Thank you.
A very good morning to Principal Ma'am, teachers. Am I audible?
Yes, go ahead,
Yes.
sweetie ma'am.
Yes, you are audible.
Good morning to Principal Ma'am, teachers, and all my dear students. I am Sweetie Sharma, the class teacher of 6G. A very warm welcome to all our students of class 6. I am a teacher of geography, and as a teacher, I would like to say, students, you can win if you want, because education is the key to success. Study hard, do good. The good life will follow you. Thank you.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you so much for introducing yourselves. I'm sure the students are so happy to see their teachers online. Of course, they see them online every day, but today is a special day. Today is the day of orientation. So I'm sure wherever they're sitting, they all must be having a big smile on their faces, looking at their teachers and watching them. They can also watch them on YouTube, right? So I'm sure they're enjoying themselves. Now, once again, over to Arpita ma'am for continuing with the presentation.
Thank you, Madhusri ma'am. Now, students and parents, I would like to present before you the PowerPoint presentation where we have covered different aspects in our senior section. So I will start with the screen sharing. I would just like to ask everyone who are there in the meeting, as well as this is for the audience who are watching it live. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It is.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. We start with the school timings for the new session. From classes 6 to 12, you can see that the school timing is from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. On the days when we have VPA and club classes, the timing is from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. The day starts with the morning assembly at 8:30 a.m. The first period begins at 9 a.m. Each period is of 45 minutes duration. There is a gap of 15 minutes between each period. This buffer time of 15 minutes is given to the students to have a break. Although they are expected to charge their devices during the night or in the previous evening, this time is also given to the students to check the charging of their devices. It is a short break provided to the students. The lunch break is from 11:45 to 12:15 p.m. As I said before, we have morning assemblies, and as you can see from the slide, that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, classes 9 to 12 have their morning assemblies, as they are having hybrid classes, and batch by batch they are coming to school. For classes 6, 7, 8, as they are doing their classes entirely online, so we have special assemblies on Friday. On the other days, as specified in the timetable, class assemblies are conducted by the class teacher as well as the co-class teacher. I present before you glimpses of our school. Our lush green garden, the temple dais, which is also our assembly area and venue of a number of cultural activities. The cultural unit, the multi-purpose hall, the school auditorium, library, and our beautiful swimming pool.
Yes. Yeah. Arpita ma'am, can you share the full screen so that we can see better? Kindly share the full screen.
Ma'am, now is it okay?
Yes, it's coming, ma'am.
Yes, definitely. Please go ahead. Good, good.
Thank you, ma'am. We have well-equipped laboratories. Our laboratories ensure active participation of students in teaching process. During the last session, even in this unprecedented situation, in classes 6, 7, and 8, lab activities were conducted for mathematics as well as for the science subjects virtually, and we are going to continue with the same in this session also. The school conducts a number of global programs. We had collaborated and had conducted exchange programs with Ireland, France, USA, United Kingdom, Vietnam, etc. Even in this pandemic situation, our school, Sri Shikshatan School, has partnered with Bannockburn High School in Scotland in a project which is termed as Connected Classrooms. This project has been taken up to imbibe 21st century skills among students. These are some very important points that I am sharing with you. A very important aspect of school life is regularity and attendance. As laid down by CBSE, minimum attendance required is 75%, and failing which a student may not be allowed to appear for the annual examination. Attendance in all the 5 periods is compulsory, and the attendance is given to the students based on their presence in all the 5 periods. Students as well as parents must note that attendance is compulsory on the last day before a vacation and on the first day when the school reopens. Periodic tests are kept on these days to ensure attendance. In case of any absenteeism, students or parents must inform the class teacher as well as the subject teacher. Students who are absent for more than 2 days will have to send an intimation to the school at the given mail address, principal@school.com, and this intimation should reach us by the 3rd day. And students who are absent without any permission or without an intimation for a week, their names can be struck off from the school register. We start with the scholastic area, where I'm going to give you an idea about our assessment structure. And of course, we follow the assessment structure as per the guidelines of CBSE, the assessment structure, the assessment time, as well as new pedagogical approaches, which we are going to take up in the new session. You can see before you the nature of assessments. Following CBSE, the term is divided, the entire year is divided into 2 terms, term 1 and term 2. Now, term 1, you can see, has 2 divisions. periodic assessment 1, which we say PA1, and the half-yearly examination. The time you can see, end June, July for PA1, although when we close down before the summer vacation, we take a test on the language subjects. The half-yearly examination is conducted in end August and September. Term 2 starts from after the half-yearly examination. We have periodic assessment 2 in October, November, and after the publication. The annual examination begins from February and stretches into March. So these are the two broad divisions into which the academic session is divided. Here I would like to mention that following NEP 2020, after the end of the first term, that means just after the half-yearly examination, there will be 10 days of backless period for students. In these 10 days of backless period for students, they will intern with local vocational experts such as carpenters, potters, gardeners, artists, etc. The aim is by 2025, at least 50% of the learners shall have exposure to vocational education. This slide presents before you the detailed assessment structure or pattern. NEP 2020 says that the assessment is for learning. Assessment is for development among students. So following that, we have the half-yearly and the annual exams of 80 marks. In between, we have the periodic assessments. Periodic test, written test, has weightage of 10. Notebook or portfolio, which is a very important part, which ensures regularity, assignment completion, discipline, neatness, and upkeep of their exercise copies. And of course, subject enrichment activities, which are the languages, we have speaking and listening skills as subject enrichment. For maths and science, we have practical work, lab-based work, and for social science, we have project work, research work, PowerPoint presentation, math work, etc. According to NEP 2020, the aim of the assessments is a shift from rote learning to testing higher order skills, critical thinking, and to bring in clarity in conception. With these aims, we will move forward with our assessment pattern. And along with the major subjects, you can see that we have ICT as well as GK and third language. Bengali, Hindi, French, and German are the third languages we offer. And following CBSE, students who have second language, Bengali, Hindi as third language, and French and German will be offered to them under clubs. We have ICT, where along with the periodic written test of weightage 10, we have practical as well as theory. Assessments on GK will be conducted at the end of the first term and the second term. NEP 2020 has brought in new approaches, new pedagogies in teaching. We present before you some of that. Experiential learning is going to occupy a very important area in our teaching learning process. It is an active process which includes each and every student of a class to observe and experience. This observation and experience will help them to analyze and evaluate. Learning from experience will increase their competencies, their understanding, as well as help them to clear the concept on a particular topic. Competency-based education. In this competency-based education, the student demonstrates a level of attainment on a particular subject area. Competency-based education helps the student to develop not only their understanding, as well as they can demonstrate what they have achieved, and naturally it will lead to development of critical thinking. Another very important area which is under NEP 2020 is interdisciplinary teaching. Teaching, as the term progresses, will understand, we will blend one subject with the other. Geography can be blended with maths. Physics can be blended with geography. Other subjects also which are there can be blended with another subject, and we are going to facilitate you to help you to develop a concept how to acquire knowledge across curriculum, across different subjects. Value education. Value education, inculcating values among students, is very important for development of a student's character. It fosters positive thinking, development of ethics, and competencies among students. Art integration is another important area which we have focused and which we are going to focus in this session. In the teaching learning process, in some of the chapters which are there in the syllabus, we are going to integrate art in it. Art integration makes the learning process joyful. Art integration also imbibes in itself elements of experiential learning. It will not only lead to development of artistic skills in students, but also improve on their inquiry skills, on their reflection, as well as communication. It will increase their confidence and self-esteem. Learning outcome is a very important part of our teaching learning process. Learning outcome will help us to know what the students have achieved, what are the values what are the efficiencies, what are the qualities that we were able to give to the students in classes 6, 7, and 8. We are conducting online classes. We conduct the online classes through Google Meet and classroom, where assignments are submitted by the students in folders created by the teachers. We also use, and we will be using, the other online teaching tools in various subjects as the classes will progress. We have also introduced, we have just started, we have introduced the activities involving coding in classes 6, 7, and 8. And in the last session, we had coding workshops involving children of classes 6 to 8. And in the new session, definitely, we are going to conduct workshops on coding. Think Merit was a platform which we had used to conduct our assessments. CBSE has implemented Health and Physical Education program for classes 1 to 8 with effect from session 2019-20. This is called mainstreaming of health and physical education. There are different areas which are covered under health and physical education, and life skills is a very important part of it. Children are assessed at the end of term 1 and term 2 on different areas, and there is a separate area in the report card which reflects the marks that they will get on this particular subject. You can see before you the grading scale for the scholastic areas for classes 6 to 8. Format of report card. On the left-hand column, we have the subjects, and you can see the way in half yearly, and that means term 1, and in term 2, where we have the annual examination, the different heads under which children are going to get marks. We conduct mentoring sessions, remedial classes, as well as parent-teacher meeting in the course of the academic year. Mentoring sessions are usually held twice a year, where both students and parents attend. In the mentoring sessions, we discuss the vulnerable areas of students, the challenges that they face in the academic field, their attendance aspect, behavioral aspect, and we make an attempt to solve these problems through discussions. Parent-teacher meeting is a short meeting between parents and teachers, which are usually conducted at the end of the first term. We conduct regular remedial classes from 6 to 12. In these remedial classes, students are given individual attention, valuable suggestions, guidance, constant reinforcement, are offered in these remedial classes. Although we have faced a challenge before this pandemic situation, when we had organized remedial classes, we faced a challenge of absenteeism from the remedial classes on the ground of different kinds of reasons. But in this year, when we will start with the remedial classes for certain students who need special help, we request the parents to let them attend the remedial classes regularly. It will lead to their improvement of performance as well as lead to the development of learning. I would request now Ms. Karina Gangwani, class coordinator of class 6, to carry on with the rest of the session. Over to you, Karina ma'am.
Thank you so much, Arpita ma'am. A healthy mind resides in a healthy body. At Shri Shikshayatan School, we focus on holistic development of our students. Co-curricular activities are given equal importance in our curriculum, and students are graded on a 3-point grading scale, where A stands for outstanding, B stands for very good, and C stands for fair. Work education, along with art and VPA, are graded by the concerned teachers. There are 12 visual and performing arts provided to the students in school. They select any one as per their choice or interest. They are art, Indian classical dance, Western music, Indian music, guitar, tabla, craft, synthesizer, ballet, and even drums. Even online, VPA classes are carried out once a week to provide the students a relief from their mundane activities. Here is a glimpse of some of the co-scholastic activities carried out in school by our students and even teachers. Along with VPA, the school also offers 26 clubs for the students to choose from. Some of them are photography, public speaking, chess, quiz, drama, to name a few. Here is a view of the club activities carried out in school. Nevertheless, the same was executed during the online club classes as well. In case of any query, students can contact our co-curricular activity coordinator, Ms. Deep Kaur ma'am. It is aptly said that motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. Discipline plays a pivotal role in shaping a young bud into a blooming flower. We also grade our students on grounds of discipline. That includes attendance, behavior, cleanliness, to name a few parameters. Discipline is also graded on a 3-point grading scale. Along with discipline, imparting Skill-based education is also a part of our curriculum. Life skill classes are held every week. GK and work education too are held in alternate weeks. Swimming classes are also provided. However, it remains suspended due to the current pandemic situation. Talking of the house system, the students belong to 4 houses: Anushwa, Vishakha, Arundhati, and Satavisha. Class 6 falls under Group A during inter-house activities. Events like Teachers' Day, Children's Day, annual sports meet, annual function form an integral part of our campus life. Here, I would like to mention that even in the previous academic session, 2020-21, we left no stone unturned and successfully carried out these programs through the online platform. Physical activities are also performed with the same enthusiasm and fervor in school as well as during the online classes. Students actively carried out such activities in the comfort of their homes under the guidance of their teachers through Google Meet classes. Thus, I would say that the school has grown. And of course, awards and achievements themselves speak of it. It gives me immense pride to say that the International School Award, ISA 2021 under British Council was awarded to none other than Sri Shikshayatan School. The school also received certification of appreciation in eco-friendly initiatives at the Telegraph School Awards. Our students also stood first at the prestigious Ellen Birla debate organized by Birla High School. Apart from these, our girls are constantly achieving laurels and making us ever proud. The list seems endless. With this, I conclude that we hope to rise and shine by marching together always. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Arpita Mazumdar and Ms. Karina Gangwani for giving such a clear and specific view of the workings of the school. I now request our school counselor, Ms. Niranjana Goswami, to share her thoughts with the students and the parents. Over to you, Ms. Niranjana Goswami.
Thank you, Ministry Ma'am. Good morning, one and all present over here. Now that parents, your child is in the secondary section, it's full of energy and expectations. So they are in a transition point of girlhood to puberty. Because they're in this juncture, they are experiencing different stages of growing up, different stages and changes in their physical and mental abilities. Due to this thing, they have got immense questions and queries which they want to ask an elderly person, but they feel scared sometimes to ask it. Mothers are the best person to answer these questions. But because we are with them for such a long time within the day hour, a counselor is always there in the school to help them out with these queries. I answer all the questions they ask with a non-judgmental view, And why the counselor is there to answer all the questions? Because initially the children go and ask these questions to their peer, but they are the same age and they don't fulfill their need at all. So I would request the parents to have a very open mind regarding going for counseling, sending their children for counseling, encouraging them to speak to the counselor. And I would also like to request the parents to get in touch with the counselor for any kind of requirement they want. Because both the parents are nowadays very busy with their work. And still, from that time, you try to give your maximum quality time to your child, but still to know them properly, to understand your word in a better way. A counselor can give you a helping hand, because counseling is a holistic, systematic, and proactive process where the counselor focuses and faces the children directly. And I think with the help of you, the teachers, principal, ma'am, counselor, special educator, everybody, we will let the child become a very good citizen of India and fulfill all their needs and expectations. Thank you.
Thank you, Niranjana ma'am. So you see, students, you also have your counselor ma'am beside you, who will always lend out a helping hand in case you need one. And now I move over to our special educator, Ms. Fulguri Basu. She's going to share her viewpoint with you all. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all of you once again. Education for all. These three words are enough to understand that we at Sri Shiksha School believe in the uniqueness of each child in a diverse classroom by accommodating the student in an inclusive setting. So in a nutshell, what exactly is my role as a special educator? It will be holding the hands of your child who may be having certain learning difficulties and finds academics challenging. At this point, it's important to understand that all students do not learn or understand at the same way, in the same pace. So we aspire to teach them in a way the student learns. The class teachers, the subject teachers are well aware of the needs of each child and will refer the child to the special educator if required. Parents are also welcome to get in touch with the special educator if you feel your child is unable to cope in academics over a period of time. In such cases, the child will be referred for a psychometric assessment. Classes with the special educator will be held during school hours, so parents and students need not worry about it. At this point, I wish to state on behalf of Sri Shiksha School that we look forward to the support and cooperation of parents in guiding your board. Each student is like a small plant who needs nurturing and watering from your end as well as ours. Lastly, it is my fervent request to parents to not to be discouraged by failures, because failures and success are just perceptions. It is the joy and the journey of learning that is important. Sri Shiksha is a strength-based school, and we look forward to the talents and the accomplishments, whether small or big, achieved by our students. Thank you all.
Thank you, Fulguri ma'am. So students, you also have your special educator ma'am, who is always there to help you with any learning difficulties that you face. So you see, students, we are all there. We once again welcome you, and we are there beside you. Today, the entire world is going through a difficult time. Every one of us is facing a crisis. But then we are humans, and hope springs eternal in our hearts. And we pray and we hope that we soon come out of this pandemic so that we may all meet in person. We may all get up in the morning, quickly dress up, go to school, and be as happy as we used to be. Till then, stay safe, take care of yourself, your family, and be happy. That is all for today. It brings us to the end of today's orientation. Thank you so much. And I also take this opportunity on behalf of the entire teaching staff to thank our dear students and our parents. Thank you so much.
Madhushri ma'am, can we just have the national anthem to conclude with, please?
Yes, definitely. Before we finally say goodbye, the national anthem will now be played.
I think we can all sing the national anthem.
Okay, so who is going to start, ma'am? Is there any teacher who's willing to start the national anthem?
I'll start. Please
Okay.
rise for the national anthem.
Yes.
May we all rise for the national anthem. 1, 2, 3, start. Jana Gana Mana Bharat Bhagya
Vidhata
Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravid Utpal Banga Vinda Himachal
Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jalati Taranga Shubhana
Name Jage
Jage
Tab Shubho Ashish Mage Gahe Tab
Tab
Jaya
Jaya
Jana Jana
Janayaka Jaya He
Bhagat Bhagya Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He
Thank you. That brings us to the end of today's program.